Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So I had tried to go to TX2K. If anyone was following on Instagram, I just missed the sign up, so everything was full by the time I got there, so I ended up not going. I was a little depressed that I couldn't race, and I just didn't feel like going after that. I don't know, kind of sucked. But anyway, I did watch all the 1320 videos on TX2K and it looked like it was a pretty cool event. And next year I'll definitely be signing up early. Kind of what happened was I didn't get the car. I wasn't certain I was going to have the car in time for TX2K, so I didn't sign up early, and I probably just should have kind of like forecast that I was going to have the car. But anyway, ended up being a mess. So we got our big fire. Let's see if we can see it from here. A little bit. So obviously we got the big Deer Park fire here, and it's here where I'm at. I'm decently far from it, but you can still, like, depending on the way the wind goes, you can smell it a little bit. I'm sure it's not healthy, but I think everybody's just kind of staying inside. Definitely a horrible situation. I've been following it since it first started, and it's pretty crazy. So what we're going to be doing today is changing the supercharger oil. So a lot of people have noted that my supercharger sounds a little grindy, and I know part of that is from the straight cut gears, but I don't know if all of it's from the straight cut gears. Now the supercharger oil's only been changed once, and that was like whatever, after the break-in, like 500 miles after, and I think you're supposed to change it like every 5,000 or so. I'm not sure if I've even put 5,000 on it, but I might have, so I'm just gonna go ahead and change it since it's obviously being stressed a lot more. And one of the things I wanted to do as part of changing it was I wanted to listen to it and see if I could hear a difference in the way the gears sound. So I'm just kind of curious if some fresh oil makes any difference. So I got my camera here, and I'm gonna try to mount the mic where the blower is, and we'll see if we can get some cool sound. So one thing I'd like to note is this is my first time changing the supercharger oil myself. Prior it had been changed by Sirius HP, and that was shortly after, like after the break-in. So never actually done it, but we'll see how this goes. Can't be that hard. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, this is the oil here, but I'm not putting it in yet. I'm gonna go ahead and, I feel like it should be warm, so I'm gonna just put the mic on it and drive around a little bit, and then we'll see how it goes. Just to show a little bit of what I'm doing here. So this is my GoPro. It's just a cheap, the Hero 4. I don't want anything to fall apart while I'm driving, so I'm just going to try to tape it a little bit. That's not going to work. Now just to quickly show what I did. The mic comes out of this huge thing, which is pretty gross, but it runs around that way to not be in front of the camera. Tape that down, tape that down. Then in here, the mic is right there. There. And then I just tape these down to make sure the wires don't get loose and then end up getting eaten by the engine. So I think we're in good shape. Let's hope this works. Of course, today I drove the Pilot again, and that was because I had to move a bunch of boxes. So I have been driving this, just not today. So it's going to be a cold start right here. And just an update on the car, everything's been going pretty flawlessly with it. I haven't had like any problems whatsoever, so it's just been just loud. Other than that, it's great. Plenty of power. I don't know, not really much to mention other than that it's fast and it's running good. So let's go. All right, just pulling back up at home. Just wanted to show that it did fully reach operating temperature. You see the oil 210, coolant's 197, trans 132. So we reached full operating temperature. And I gave it boost, like it hit at least like 11 pounds for a moment. So I just wanted to make sure the blower like warmed up, and I'm pretty sure it is. All right, just got her shut down. Whew, it is definitely nice and hot, so no concern about operating temperature. Some light. So just to show how this is done, there's a little drain right here, and if anyone who's been with the channel long enough will know that this little drain thing is what ate up the line for my AC at one point, and it looks like, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it looks like it's kind of close to one of the AC lines again. Yeah, you see that? And there's a little rub mark right there. So it didn't eat through it, obviously, but it touched it at some point. So I'm gonna have to do something. Maybe look at where that's routed. Okay, so just to show what's going on now, you can see the drain line runs down. Maybe you can't see it, but it runs down. And I just got it right here. So I'm going to unscrew it and let the fluid drain, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and of course the first thing I'm going to do is loosen the top part, because the worst thing you can do is not be able to get this out. Oh, it's kind of interesting. It was under a slight amount of pressure, so that's an interesting observation. Let me check the level, just to make sure I was good. It doesn't have any like markings, but you can see it's about halfway up the stick, which seems good. Anyway, got this part off. Now I'm going to unscrew the bottom. All right, that seems pretty good. We're not really dripping anymore. All right, so we have success. This is what we got out of it. I'll show you in a little bit of a different light. Just take this out to show you. Put some sun on it. So it's just like it's just dark. Trying to see if I see like any like shards or anything in there. I don't. Just a comparison of the colors. There's the old and this is the new. You can see it's like a blue, like a bright blue. So this definitely looks worn. Probably maybe 6,000 miles. 5,000 miles, something around there, maybe a little more, but nothing troubling in here actually. All right, we're going to check the level now. it looks good. All right, just tightening this up now. Then I'm gonna just do one quick check to make sure it didn't all leak out somehow. Or any of it didn't leak out. Nope, good. All right, so there you have it. Just changed this, the ProCharger fluid. So just for anyone who doesn't know, this is a D1X supercharger, D1SC. It's a D1SC, not a D1X. I want a D1X, but D1SC supercharger, ProCharger. And for the car, it's a 426 Hemi from Arlington Performance with a crazy fuel system and a cam. Basically, is what it is. All right, checked everything over. We got fresh batteries in the GoPro, which is recording, so we'll be able to hear the volume the same or similar. And just checking the placement on this. Yeah, I might need to get some sort of thing to keep them more separated down there. I don't want another catastrophe. So anyway, let's fire it up, see what it sounds like. I don't expect it to be any different, but given the way my supercharger sounds a little bit different than most people's, who knows? Try to remote start it with the hood open. Forgot you can't do that. So I'm gonna take it around for a little bit, do the same thing, and then we'll come back and see if there's any difference. Maybe it'll run better, make more boost. Pulling back up at home. Just wanted to show that it did fully reach operating temperatures again. 212 on the oil. The trans is up to 152 now. But all good. So let's take a listen. First with the hood closed, then open. Well, there you have it. So I would say that sounds absolutely identical. So I know a lot of people were theorizing that it needed oil and it was an oil issue. It's definitely not. I think this is just how these straight cut gear ProChargers sound. I know most people get the helical gear set. I didn't realize the sound it was going to make. I thought it was just going to make a little bit more of a whistle. I didn't know it was going to make that rock crusher grinding marble sound. But it doesn't really bother me with the hood closed. You can barely hear it, so not a big deal. But definitely not the oil, and we got fresh oil in the blower now. So I'm hoping that maybe this Friday I can take it to the track. I got to see which one of them are going to be open, and make sure that the weather is going to treat us nicely. And hopefully they got that fire out by then, because a lot of outdoor events are being closed because of it. So let's hope that doesn't become an issue. So hopefully you guys liked the video. Just a quick oil change the oil in the blower, because I know I got a lot of comments on that. So if you have any questions or anything, just leave them down in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.
Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Rubber escorts like I'm seeking arrangement. Push the gas, escalate the gauges, escalate hits on a cam.